It doesn't matter how hard Rockstar Games fails, there are always people who defend this company. Recent situation with Rockstar Games admitting that there will be no more big updates in Red Dead Online because they are moving resources to developing next title in GTA series is not an exception. I saw a lot of comments from players and content creators, usually GTA Online players and GTA Online content creators, in which they were claiming that it was the right decision, and these Rockstar Defenders were given arguments to confirm such point of view. So let's take a closer look on such arguments, because I personally think that most of them make no sense. But before we begin, few words about one pretty popular misconception that is also quite often used by Rockstar Defenders, and I know that most people don't call them Rockstar Defenders but using some other word. In my opinion it's too offensive, so I will keep with Defenders. Anyway, such misconception is not only popular among Rockstar Defenders but also among Red Dead Online fans, probably because they love this game too much and even now are not ready to give up the hope. Anyway, misconception sounds like this. Yes, Rockstar admitted that there will be no major updates this year and all we can expect for is new Telegram missions, which is nothing, absolutely nothing, but they haven't said anything about next year or times after GTA 6 will be released. Because if they moved resources to GTA 6, who knows, maybe after the game will be completed, they will move these resources back to Red Dead Online. Well, I think that it's a pure copium. First of all, I want to remind you that last November, when it became obvious that we're not gonna receive usual December update in Red Dead Online, a lot of players and also Rockstar insiders were saying that it's a temporary thing and Rockstar just moved resources to fix GTA the Trilogy's Definitive Edition and also to complete GTA 5 Expanded and Enhanced, and then it will go back to normal. It never happened, but the most importantly, it doesn't look like there will be any sense for Rockstar to go back to supporting Red Dead Online after GTA 6 release, which will happen at best case scenario at the end of 2023, probably even later. And by that time, amount of Red Dead Online players will be so low that Rockstar will definitely not be interested in spending resources on developing updates for this game. I mean, right now amount of concurrent players in Red Dead Online is on a historically lowest level, and in a year from now it will be much worse, unless Rockstar will make Red Dead Online free to play. Anyway, I see no reason why some people still have hopes for future big updates in Red Dead Online, especially after Rockstar literally said that for a few years they moved resources from Red Dead Online to GTA 6. But now let's talk about arguments from Rockstar Defenders on why abandoning Red Dead Online is the right thing. First and main argument is, Rockstar had to choose between developing GTA 6 and supporting Red Dead Online. This choice is obvious because GTA 6 is definitely the most important game of a decade and definitely the most important for Rockstar. It will make billions of dollars and they cannot fail here. It will be over for this company if GTA 6 will be not perfect. So they just had to abandon Red Dead Online and did the right thing. I even saw an interesting voting from one of GTA Online creators on Twitter, and you can see here he's asking a question. Would you rather have more Rockstar developers working on GTA 6 or Red Dead Online? First of all, I must say it's a pure manipulation, shameless manipulation. It makes the situation look like there is a choice, GTA 6 or Red Dead Online, and this choice has to be done, while in reality Rockstar is a huge company. They definitely can afford working on both projects at the same time. I mean, ZeniMax and Bethesda are supporting Elder Scrolls Online, Fallout 76, and developing Starfield and even maybe an Elder Scrolls 6 at the same time. And there are lots of examples of studios who has way less resources than Rockstar Games and still working on a few projects at the same time. But for some reason Rockstar has to choose developing Red Dead Online or developing GTA 6, even though amount of resources that takes to develop GTA 6 new game is incomparable to amount of resources that you need to spend on creating new content for a an existing game. And I'm not even saying that such content can be created by community itself if Rockstar will give community tools, but they won't because they are too greedy. But the biggest problem with such poll is that it hides the real choice that Rockstar were making. So it should rather sound like this. Would you rather have more Rockstar developers working on GTA Online or on Red Dead Online? Because it's where they made a choice. You see, GTA 6 was out of questions. It's no-brainer they will spend as many resources as required on GTA 6. So they were only choosing which online projects they will continue supporting, Red Dead Online or GTA Online. And again, in my opinion, it's a necessary choice. They definitely can afford supporting both projects and making GTA 6, because again, Rockstar is a huge company with lots of money. But in practice they were choosing between two online projects. And if you will take a look at the list of updates that these games received in the last years, you will understand that this choice was made long time ago, probably in 2020. And this choice is obvious. They choose GTA Online because it brings more money, and actually it leads us to the next argument. Red Dead Online was abandoned because it makes less money than GTA Online. There are a few problems with this argument. First of all, if some game is less popular than GTA Online, it doesn't mean that such game is not profitable. I mean, niche games can be pretty successful too, but the most important is Rockstar never even tried to make Red Dead Online profitable for them. This game almost haven't received big updates, which you know is a pretty bad idea to have an online game and not make a constant big updates. But which is even more important, in such updates most of the time they simply ignored what community wants to see in Red Dead Online. I mean, it's kinda hard to expect that people will be super happy about update like Naturalist and will start spending money on gold bars when they will see such type of content as sedating animals. Blood Money is another example of how Rockstar ignored what community wants to see in this game. So if for years you're making updates that no one really likes, how can you expect your game to be profitable? And I'm telling you, if instead of sedating animals, Rockstar added to this game something that people were asking for, some obvious things, like bank and train robberies, stealing horses, properties, and so on, in that case Red Dead Online would have been much more successful and profitable. Yes, not as profitable as GTA, because it's a niche setting, but still very profitable. And Rockstar would benefit from it, because they would have different sources of income, diversification. So it's Rockstar who for some reason decided to refuse from making good money from Red Dead Online. Sometimes when I look at Naturalist update, I even think that it was sabotage. And the last argument that I see quite often sounds like this: Rockstar never promised you any sort of a support for Red Dead Online, so they owe nothing to Red Dead Online players. And you know what, before December of 2020 it could have been a reasonable argument, because Red Dead Online was a free addition to Red Dead Redemption 2. You were paying for this masterpiece, but in December of 2020 Rockstar decided to release Red Dead Online as a standalone project, and it's not even free to play, you need to buy it. Anyway, they describe in Red Dead Online standalone as ever-evolving world. That's what they said. To me it looks like a promise of updates with the content, and I'm not even saying that there are a lot of such promises in the trailer, at the beginning of the game when you complete tutorial and so on, but the main thing is they released this ever-evolving online world and released it not for free when they already decided to move the resources to GTA 6, and they knew they not gonna support it. So they not only gave promises about Red Dead Online, they sold such promises to some players, to those who bought Red Dead Online standalone. And it really doesn't look good. Doesn't look like some sort of a behavior that anyone should defend, at least in my opinion. But let me know what do you think about all this situation in the comments. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks to my Patreon supporters. Stay healthy, stay safe, goodbye.